It's Hall of Fame Day here at Charlie Schiano Field on the campus of the Aquinas Institute. Welcome to Rochester Lancers Soccer. I'm Joe Giuliano, joined by Lancer legend Nelson Cupello as the Rochester Lancers and the Erie Commodores meet for the final time this season. Well, actually in the regular season, because this one has playoffs written all over it. Here's the scenario heading into today's game. If the Lancers win today's game against Erie, the Commodores fall tomorrow against Syracuse. Guess what? Rochester is in the playoffs, but still a lot of work still to be done.
Yeah, definitely. We can't have Syracuse do the job for us. We need to do it on the field today. So first things first, win the game today and let things happen tomorrow as they should, and hopefully we make the playoffs.
It's been a while for the Rochester Lancers since they've played on home turf, but now kind of a good scenario. Play on home and kind of really control your destiny.
Yeah, you do. You control your destiny. And I think the boys also should be playing for next year. Yeah. Give Coach Miller an opportunity to see some of these boys and see, okay, when it really gets down to it, are we the type of team? Do we have the players to be able to compete in this league year in and year out and maybe win a championship?
A lot going on here today. It's Hall of Fame Day. Also playoff pressure on both teams today here in NPSL soccer action from Charlie Schiano Field. Stick around. Kickoff is coming up next. All right, guys, we're on headsets. If you need us, we are here. Can you hear me down there? Hello, hello. I got you.
You guys are going live mic in.
Okay, hang on. Wait.
We're on. Can you hear? Okay. Here we are at Aquinas Stadium, Charlie Schiano Senior Field, welcoming the Erie Admirals against their hometown Rochester Lancers.
We'll take it.
Good afternoon, Lancers fans. We're here for your last regular season home game. Let's hear it for your Lancers. Help me bring them out. Starting in goal, number 1, Tyler Brew. Number 2, starting defense, John Amwale. Number 5, starting defense, Jared Todd. Number 6, starting midfield, Ben Allen. Number 10, starting forward, Mike Cunningham. Starting forward, number 11, Lucas Fernandez. Number 14, starting defense, Alex Harling. Number 15, Austin Gerber. Number 16, Anthony Rosano. Starting midfield, number 25, Jesse Todd. number 29, Jamie Capinos. Your Lancers are head coached by Mr. Doug Miller, assistant coach Adam Schwartz, Ray Boom Boom Martinez, Mark Salty, goal coach, Mike Conroy, team trainer, and Anthony Drogomeller, your equipment manager. Give a hand for your Lancers!
At this time, please stand and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem, being performed by Lucas Brown. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What a great job on the national anthem. Good afternoon and welcome to Charlie Schiano Senior Field on the Aquinas Institute in Rochester, New York. There's a special ceremony taking place at midfield. Let's throw it down in the field now. Soccer Sam, take it away.
The Lancers. At halftime, we're going to honor the legends of the game, 4 new inductees. But today, pregame, we are going to honor an indoor Lancer. And I'd like to introduce to you the former president of the indoor Rochester Lancers and the former owner of the indoor Lancers. First, Mr. Chris Wilmot, the former owner, and Mr. Rich Randall, the former president of the indoor Lancers. Richie, take it away, baby.
Thank you, Sam. Great seeing you, Chris. In 2011, Soccer Sam, Chris, and the remaining local ownership group of the Lancers brought back the Lancers name to soccer in Rochester. We all agreed that community initiatives would be a priority. These would be a key piece to our locally owned and operated organization to connect with our fans and to identify with the Lancers brand firsthand. With that said, I'd like to skip ahead to the first player appearance of the newly relaunched Lancers. It was at a local high school, and our players would participate, I believe, in a volleyball game in their gym. Sam and I had experienced several player appearances in our previous soccer endeavors and figured this would go as any typical appearance would go. So, after the event, we hear through one of the organizers that one of our players, again, all new to us, this guy from the state of Washington, who was the first one to volunteer for this appearance, showed up wearing silver parachute pants. And, in their own words, Rich, I couldn't describe the other features of his outfit because, frankly, I had never seen anything like it before. So now I'm worried and thinking, oh man, what else happened at this appearance? And they finish, he was so good with the kids. When can we book him again? At this point, we realized we probably wouldn't be signing Allen Iverson, So we really should focus on all these local community events. So over the course of 4 seasons, the guy from Washington did nearly 100 official Lancers community appearances and probably several more that he decided to do just on his own. Legacies can be created through professional sports, but the legacies made by Elliott off the field and the impact he made on people and this community are far greater. As an organization, we presented awards to our players every year, most of which were voted on by the players to keep things unbiased. There was one award that seemed to always have the same result year after year. 2011-12 season Community Service Award recipient, winner, Elliott Farski. 2012-13 season Community Service Award recipient, winner, Elliott Farski. 2013-14 season Community Service Award recipient, Elliott Farski. 2014-15 season Community Service Award recipient, a season where he didn't even really need to come back. He had some injuries, wasn't even sure if he was going to come back. Spent most of his season working on community stuff. Winner, you guessed it, Elliott Farski. Anyone see a trend here? As I mentioned, legacies can be made on the field and off, and Elliott found a unique way to connect the two. Prior to the 2013-14 season, we were able to create a corporate partnership with an organization that would sponsor a specific player on our team. For every goal this player scored, the corporate sponsor would donate nearly $1,000 to Camp Good Days. This player would be Elliott Farski. To preface, Elliott scored 2 goals during the 2011-12 season and 5 goals during the 2012-13 season. The sponsor thought it was a safe bet. At the end of the 2013-14 Lancers season, Elliott Farski had scored 13 goals, ultimately generating nearly $15,000 for Camp Good Days. I'd say that's one way to make a lasting impact in your community. He scored 20 goals in his Lancers career, and 65% of those came in a season when a local charity benefited from his performance. I personally don't believe that was coincidence. It didn't take long for that guy from Washington to become the face of the Lancers franchise. The legacy he will leave goes well beyond the on-field success, the marketing videos, and the iconic Mohawk. Elliott became synonymous with our beloved Lancers brand because he truly cares. He cares about the success of the team on and off the field, and you know what? He cares a lot about the fans in this local community. He's the epitome of a class act, an example of a true pro-athlete role model, a gentleman that represented himself, his team, and his adopted community of Rochester well in every regard. He's even stayed at my house and will always be welcome in it again. I'm honored and humbled by our time spent together through soccer, but also appreciate our friendship created outside the lines as well. I'm so proud to recognize and introduce to you today on the regular season finale of the return of the outdoor Lancers in what would be their 50th anniversary season. Today's honorary captain, the one, the only, Mr. Elliott, the Mohican Warrior, Farski.
And Elliott, not only are you today's honorary captain, and our captain here, Anthony Rosano, has a couple gifts for you, a signed soccer ball and a top that was supposed to come to me, but we're going to give to you. Is that all right?
Yeah, I know my biceps are quite large, and you're swimming in it.
Well, fans, we set a surprise today. Today, not only is Elliott Farski the captain, today, for the first time in the history of the Rochester Lancers, we are retiring the number 8 Elliott Farski's number, the first player to ever have his number retired, for his dedication to our franchise, our logo, and the history of this brand. Elliott Farski, thank you so much for all you've done for us.
Thank you so much, Sam. And obviously, thank all you and all the Lancer fans, and from dancers to staff to players, and you guys get to carry that on. We played with a few of you, so that's cool. But really, this is a great community you're building. It's not just about sport. I'm extremely humbled, honored to be here, so thank you very much for taking the time, Sam. Thanks.
He is Elliott Farski, the Mohican Warrior.
All right, the on-field festivities come to a close. Stick around, more coming up at halftime. We are at Charlie Schiano Field for the regular season finale. It's the Rochester Lancers and the Erie Commodores. I'm Joe Giuliano. If you're just tuning in, Elliott Farski, the former indoor player for the Rochester Lancers, honored as the honorary captain, and big news, the number 8 jersey being retired by the Rochester Lancers. Had a chance to work with Elliott on the air during the indoor games, and always an exciting event-packed evening with him.
Yes, a lot of energy, and that's exactly what the team needed at the indoor level. And you know, you want people like that out in the community to be able to promote the name and promote soccer in general. And Elliott definitely was that ambassador.
He knew who he was for sure. As the ceremony's wrapping up, halftime will be the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Stick around for that. But I guess there's two halves to be played here, and it's playoff implications today as Rochester needs to win this afternoon against Erie and then hope for a loss when Erie hosts Syracuse tomorrow. That would put Rochester in the playoffs. Let's get your starting lineups taken care of. First, for the visitors, the Erie Commodores, they're 6-2-2. They need just 1 point over the next 2 games to qualify for the playoffs. If they win both games, they'll lead to the conference championship. They'll start with Jorge Prendez in goal. Ashley Phillips, Luca Campos, Guillermo Lezcano, Izana Cachet, Reese Daly, Malcolm Shaw, Marshall Garcia, Austin Solomon, Kieran Robbins, and Ricardo Silva round out the starting lineups for John Melody, the head coach of the Erie Commodores. For the Rochester Lancers, 5-4-2. Last game of the regular season. It'll be Tyler Brew in goal, Imwale, Jared Toth, Ben Allen, Michael Cunningham, Lucas Fernandez, Alex Harling, Austin Gerber, Anthony Rosano, Jesse Toth, and Jamie Capinos round out the Lancers starting lineup. And there is a lot of changes for Doug Miller's side today.
Yeah, there are. And, you know, obviously with suspensions, injuries, and that's part of the game. You have to deal with what comes before you. And, you know, I think Coach Miller has put out a pretty competitive lineup out there, and we look forward to having a good, exciting game. Some of these players are the first time out in the field, or maybe the second time. They need to show. They need to step up because this is playoff implications. This is a playoff game. That's the way we should look at it.
Absolutely. As the visitors in the all-blue with the white socks will kick off, Rochester, and the all-white with gold socks will attack from right to left. Referee Lauren Dearman. Assistants are Ray Tam and Douglas Clayton, and the fourth official, Douglas Scafidi. As the whistle blows and we are underway, final regular season game on home turf for the Rochester Lancers. It's just a little note down to the guys up in the trailer, our monitor up here, not functioning at this time. If someone wants to come up and take a look at our replay monitor, that would be a wonderful help. Thank you very much. Throw in for Erie on the far side. Shaw is called for the foul. Early on, restart for the Lancers. Jake Schindler, we talked about him and Harling, the heartbeat, the core of the Lancers central defense. Jake unable to be here today.
Yeah.
Big change there.
Yeah, big change. I think Coach Miller has every confidence in the two boys that are playing back there now that can organize the defense and organize the players in front of them. That's so critical. If you do your job organizing everyone in front of you, your job is very easy.
These two teams have met once already. July the 2nd, Erie, a 2-1 win. Lancers had the first goal in that game, 13th minute, Manfoot on a breakaway. Then it was Shaw on a PK in the 59th, and Phillips with a header in 88 minutes. Oh, tough one to give up.
Yeah, that's a golden goal. Give up a goal that late in the game, you really, you figure the last 5 minutes of the game, half or anything, you really need to make sure that you don't give up looks like that.
And I'm sure that one didn't sit well with Doug Miller for quite some time. As he's kind of rolling the dice, Tyler Brew only making his second appearance in the nets today. Will Banaheen had been the hot hand. A couple losses in the last few games on the road, and Doug Miller shaking things up just a bit. Here's Daly. Switching to the far side, looking for Cachet. No luck there for Cachet, the 22-year-old. He's got 6 goals on the season. And it's a player out of the city of Buffalo.
Quite a resume. Looks like he's been around a little bit and played some pretty good teams. And
University of Akron, now the powerhouse in NCAA soccer, his college home. Looking for Cachet, brings it down. Dribbles out of pressure, plays it central. Garcia. Onto the near side, Solomon. Pressured by Fernandez. Played back to Daly. Now Erie will knock it around, working the far side. The Commodores away from home, 2-1. Onto the near side now for Ricardo Silva, the 24-year-old from Portugal. Campos. Garcia. He'll battle through 2. Capinos comes in to fight back and wins it for Rochester. Harling.
yeah, I see they move Anthony to a defensive midfield, Lozano, and that's a good spot for him. He can dictate things in the field and make sure that, everything's solidified in the back.
Rosano with the captain's armband today. Toth to Fernandez. The Toth brothers getting the start. Jared and Jeffrey from Victor High School just outside of Rochester. Both played at Houghton College. There's Capinos. Allen to Harling. Now Toth. Heavy touch there. Gets away from Cachet. On the outside looking for his brother. Stood up there by Ashley Phillips, or checked that it was Guillermo Lescano. And it'll be a throw-in for the Lancers on the far side. Lancers coming off a July 7th game at Cleveland where they lost 2-0. Throw-in for Toth on the far side. We're in the 5th minute. If you're just tuning in, we're scoreless. And what Nelson has correctly described as really a playoff game for both of these teams.
Yeah, I think, the Erie Admirals, they're a team that likes to be able to, or Commodores, they like to be able to hold the ball and knock it around, especially with the 2 new center backs that the Lancers have. See whether they can withstand the pressure. They've got a formidable job in front of them today to be able to make sure that they don't get a lot of good looks. I think there's some changes, as we talked about before, by the Lancers, and these boys are the ones who are going to have to put it together and come out with a victory.
Long ball sent forward now, looking for Garcia. Little shove in the back, no call made. Toth for the Lancers. Step nicely there. Lescano. And he's dumped. Free kick for the Commodores, who coming off a 1-0 win versus Cleveland on Sunday. Again, they'll be in action tomorrow against Syracuse, 7:30 at the Gannon University Field in Erie, Pennsylvania. Settled by Solomon on the near side. Solomon working with Capinos. Fernandez, and that comes off the arm of Austin Solomon, the 30-year-old Has a goal on the season. He's one of those guys who played for Cleveland last year, and several of these players on AFC Cleveland's championship run.
Yeah, that's probably what's helped Erie a lot. Most of those players have been in the league, understanding what they need to do, and have put them on top of the division right now, and potentially could be making a run in the playoffs.
Garcia, Solomon, Daly. Good step by Harling, but it's knocked forward to Campos. Marshall Garcia into the box. The shot, it's right at Tyler Brew off the foot of Shaw. Shaw and Ashley Phillips have scored the last 4 goals for the Erie Commodores. In the last 3 games played, Erie has scored 4 times. Shaw and Phillips each have 2. They've been a dynamic duo the Lancers will have to keep their eyes on this afternoon. This one up and over the far side, over the Erie bench. John Melody, the head coach. He's the owner and the coach, the Irishman. Coached at Mercyhurst and at Gannon. Gerber, Rosano, Capinos. Played with the indoor Rochester Lancers along with his brother Joey, who's the reserve keeper today, should he be needed. There's Harling to Imwale, who came in late, making his 4th appearance of the season. This kick there from Rosano. And Wally's going to have to hurry up. It's taken away. Backheel pass for Garcia. Still Garcia. Goes down, no call made. Harling comes away with it for Rochester. There's Cunningham. Fernandez.
Nice ball.
Gerber. And no chances taken there by Lezcano, a 22-year-old from Spain. Another former member of AFC Cleveland. 9th minute and scoreless. Crowd still making their way in, and what should be the largest crowd of the season for the Rochester Lancers.
And it's a great day. Great day to be playing soccer today. As you said, Joe, great crowd coming in. Should be, for the last, hopefully not the last game. We'll get into postseason, but hopefully these people will enjoy it and come back in future.
Halftime ceremony, Hall of Fame inductees, former Lancer players, and a journalist who covered the team, Bruno Snyders, who was unfortunately passed away, but he'll still be honored this afternoon, along with Frank Caricchio, Jim Pollahan, and Manfred Seisler. Good dribble here. Fernandez just a little too heavy on that last touch. A good run from Lucas Fernandez, the 18-year-old who has a goal and 3 assists on the season.
Yeah, and that was quite a goal that he scored a couple weeks ago.
Sure was.
Now, when you still have Lucas in there, a couple other guys, Anthony, and a couple of guys that have made a run with the new additions, I think that this is going to be a good game going forward.
Toth. Outside to Cunningham. This one swerves back into play, but Cunningham hustles to keep possession. Jeffrey Toth to Harling. Imwale. Go back to that far side. Headed down for Cunningham. Handball called. Looking at last night's game in the East Conference, Buffalo 3-1 winners over Cleveland. Former Rhino Kendall McFadden had 2 goals as Buffalo eliminates Cleveland from playoff contention. And frustrations definitely boiled over in that one, as in the 90th minute, an altercation broke out. 3 red cards issued, 2 to Cleveland and 1 to Kendall McFadden.
That's more like a Buffalo Bills and
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns game, huh?
On the field or in the stands?
Probably in both places. Nice move there.
Good effort there from Allen. There's Cachet. Pretty interesting bio as we talked about Cachet. He's played defense, midfield, forward, and finally found his form as a striker this season. 6 goals in 6 games played for Izana Cachet. Toth couldn't get that out of play, gets a second chance. Right in front of Doug Miller. Heavy week of promotions and marketing for Soccer Sam and the Rochester Lancers. Looks to have paid off. Weather cooperating, crowd enjoying it, as Nelson said.
This is a Chamber of Commerce day.
Yeah.
Perfect. You want to sell Rochester? This is the day to do it.
A win would just top it off, giving Rochester a 6-4-2 record. Ashley Phillips couldn't keep that one in play. Throw one coming up for the Lancers. It's Toth over to take it. He's the quick 1-2 with Allen. Looking for Gerber. Flicked it on, but no one there except for Ricardo Silva. The Toth brothers combined on the far side, but it's taken away by Daly.
Let's keep an eye on Harling a little bit. He seems like he's struggling a bit coming up on the field. Although, you know, he's one of the 2 center backs that are there. It's just that he seems to be kind of holding things, not going in hard as he should be.
A lot of injuries, suspensions have hit the Lancers probably at the worst possible time. August Finn serving a 3-game suspension. Dean Byrne out with an injury. Other players, maybe some disciplinary issues being handled, and tough issues for Doug Miller and the Lancers to deal with. But it does provide an opportunity.
It definitely does for other players, and I think that's the idea of having a team game, that you have plenty of players on a roster that you can move in and out.
14th minute, the offside flag comes up. Ashley Phillips will put this one back into play for the Commodores. This one gets up to midfield. Headed forward. No one there but Harling. Back to Tyler Brew, the 22-year-old. Played right here at Aquinas High School. And then Medaille College in Buffalo. He's played to Cunningham. Toth, Cachet battle for it. Toth chips it forward to his brother on the far side. Keeps it in play. Jesse Toth. Rosano. Good slide there from Lescano. Cachet. Campos. Garcia. Solomon overlapping, gets it on the near side. Solomon intercepted by Rosano. Hammered away by Capinos. Cachet. Space, looks, comes to the near side, Solomon. Quick touch to Garcia.
I'd like to see both teams take a few more chances. As we said, this is playoff.
There's a chance.
The game means so much for both teams, and right now they're being somewhat conservative. They're not putting players forward as much as they should. Hopefully, as the game wears on, players will start doing that.
You almost wonder if the Lancers are just trying to hold on maybe for a half before Godoy and Stone and Manfoot can put their mark on the game.
Yeah, possibly.
It's Garcia. Serves into the box. Headed back at the 6. Fernandez to the top of the 18. Daly settles, fires. It's up and good for more than one.
Yeah, looks like the fans indicated as such. Field goals.
There's a player down inside the box for the Commodores. Michael Conroy, double duty as the trainer today. I believe it's number 33, Ricardo Silva, the center back, who's up and okay. Goal kick put back into play by Brewer in the 17th minute and scoreless. Second meeting of the season. Playoff lives depending on this one. Should the Lancers win, they'll need Syracuse FC to do them a favor, but that's a tall order. Syracuse at the bottom of the East Conference Division will be on the road against Erie, who's undefeated at home.
Yeah, I don't see Syracuse having a lot of motivation to help our
No.
their neighbors 90 miles down the thruway. So we just need to do our job, win the game, and let things happen as they did tonight.
Sit back and check out tomorrow's action from Erie.
Yeah.
Throwing for Capinos. 2 balls on the field. Poked away by Solomon, a veteran on the field today at 30 years old.
Wow.
Thought Schindler was old at 29. He's beat.
You need that sort of leadership. Someone who's been around a little bit and build with some young guys around you.
That blend.
Yes.
Youth,
Yes.
experience.
Yep.
Capinos has got a long throw. We saw it earlier. Gets another chance here on the near side. Steps in, goes short instead. I don't know if Cunningham was ready for that. Back to Capinos, a deep cross. Jared Toth back into the box for Fernandez. Gerber settles. His shot is blocked by Daly.
It was well done by the goalkeeper. He came out, boxed the ball real nicely, and also got a piece of the Lancer player.
Prendez, the keeper, waving for help. It's Fernandez down holding his, looks like his lower hip.
Yeah, I don't think any of the players noticed it. The referee just noticed that. And goalkeepers, even the goalkeeper's down as well. But goalkeepers are told that no one comes in your area, and you have to send a message if they do. So
Fernandez will definitely remember that as it's the knee of Prendez that is hurting, and it's the hip on the left side of Fernandez. That was a pretty intense collision as both players working hard to get to that ball. In the 20th minute, Prendez is up, and Fernandez still down. This would be a major loss for Doug Miller's side as they're already without Godoy in the lineup.
Lucas has played well as of late, and I say score will probably the goal of the year for, in my eyes. It was really a fantastic goal, and that's something that the Lancers can't afford to lose right now.
Fernandez trying to get stretched out by Michael Conroy. A goal and 3 assists for the Churchville Chili graduate, now at Temple University. And I'm sure if his Temple coach is watching, it's scary moments for him. And he's up and
good.
Still not 100% as he's hobbling his way towards the side.
Well, it's a lower extremity injury, not a head injury. We're have to find out if he knew what day it is today. But yeah, he seems to be walking fine.
Good to see Fernandez up and okay. He'll work it off. Lancers do have a couple players warming up just in case. But Fernandez will muscle his way through this one. Should be a drop ball. As Erie had possession. And Fernandez all of a sudden now just limber and loose. Backpedaling, ready to go.
Good, good. All right.
Lauren Dearman will add the time. And we will get back with play as Toth plays it back to Campos. Leaves it for Prendez, the 24-year-old.
Yeah, goalkeeper seems to be moving pretty well as Lucas
On the middle by Prendez. Powerful header from Toth. Toth steps in again. Looking for Cunningham. It's Jesse Toth wearing number 25. Jared Toth with the number 5 jersey, playing on the far side together. This one slips out of the hand of Daly. Headed into the middle for Garcia. Solomon. Campos. Robbins. Daly given away. Chance for Cunningham and Rochester to come with Gerber. Miscommunication. Played back to Prendez.
Yeah, we talked earlier in the season about that combination up top, trying to find the right combination for this team, and as well as the Lady Lancers.
Yeah, especially them.
Yes, and you know, I think you have someone like Cunningham up there, who I thought was one of the better players in the several games that we had. And you know, he and Stone.
Stone, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Let's see if Stone gets some time here today. Stone chomping at the bit. 4 goals, 1 assist for the 20-year-old. Quick cross headed away by Mwale. Cunningham battles with Daly. Throwing for Silva. Two teams from each conference or division will apply, will qualify for the playoffs. 2 from the East, 2 from the Great Lakes, and 2 from the North Conference, as the top 2 seeds receive a bye into the semifinals. For the Lancers to make the playoffs in year 1 with such a short period of time to put a team together,
it's phenomenal.
Amazing.
It is really amazing, and you know, Doug Miller should be applauded for putting a team together like this, and he and Sam Fantuza as well, putting the whole package together in such a short time.
We've been waiting all summer for some official word on the indoor return of the Lancers, and everything we are being told is it's close. It's close. So nothing 100% confirmed yet.
That'll make the winners go by very fast.
Will it ever?
Yeah, and combine this with it, and that would be perfect for us.
Stay tuned is what we're being told on that.
If anyone can do it, you know who we're talking about.
Anybody can or wants to do it. It's the one and the only Soccer Sam.
Yeah.
Cachet takes a tumble. Headed away from Fernandez. Robbins. Shaw. He's tripped up.
Yeah, I didn't really see much there. It looked like he just fell over the ball, and just hardly had to be. He was around the neighborhood.
Oh, they'll call a throw-in.
Oh, it's throwing. Okay.
Makes more sense.
Yes.
Campos to Daly. Campos. 2 Lancer players collide. It's Campos coming away with it. Into the box for Garcia. Settles. Serves a low one into the mix in front. The shot.
Oh, great
saved by Brew, and it was a great one.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Came out big time.
Solomon. Erie not done attacking just yet. Cleared out to the far side. Rosano now hobbling as he slowly trying to make a play for that ball. Campos. Let's keep an eye on Rosano as he is holding his lower back. What a great save from Brew.
Absolutely.
Called upon and comes up big.
And that's what you need for a goalkeeper. Do the routine things and come up big for a save. That could be the game-winning save right there.
See if Rosano can continue to go here as the Lancers taking some bumps and bruises early on. Doug had to shuffle the deck to start the game, and now players hobbling as we get into this. Robbins, quick cross again. Put back at the 6th, the shot, Brew again with a save.
Good save by Brew. Absolutely, that was again. You know, he's the one that's keeping him in the game. Looks like he may have injured himself on that save.
And the injuries continue coming at the Lancers. It's Brew who I'm not sure if he landed on his right hand or wrist, but what a great save. 2 huge ones in the last 2 minutes for the 22-year-old. As he'll take a knee, and Lauren Dearman, the official, will give him a chance to recover and make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, it looks like Will's up on the sideline just in case.
Joey Capinos also. Wow. Near side corner kick. Oh, the bicycle kick from Cachet. No connection. Robbins, top of the 18. Shots deflected. Erie wants a handball, but Harling will step in and knock it out of play. Erie with some pressure here as we move through the first half. Garcia. Too much for Campos. Lezcano, or Solomon, I'm sorry. Into the box.
Yeah, we got to withstand this pressure. So far, we have Brew's come up with 2 big saves, and you know, we can't give him any more looks.
There's Cunningham. See if the Lancers can turn the tide here. Capinos. Fernandez flicks it on, looking for Toth, and a slide there by Phillips. Breaks up the Lancers' attack.
Oh, I thought that was a throw-in for Erie, but I'm a little further away than that lines person.
Toth behind Fernandez. Lezcano. Up and over everyone. Looks like Capinos will be at least gearing up with the gloves on. And the Lancers are going to make an early change here. This will be the first change of the game. And we thought he'd be coming in. Weren't sure exactly when. It'll be Stone coming on for Gerber. That'll be Doug Miller's first of 7 changes he's allowed. Gerber has not seen much of the ball here in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, lack of playing time during the season, he may not be match fit, so it's a good move by bringing Stone in.
30th minute, Stone on for Gerber. Stone, his 12th appearance of the season, 4 goals and 1 assist as Gerber gets 30 minutes of action in this afternoon.
He showed well. The times he got the ball, you know, not as much, but when he did, he looked okay.
Solomon gets this underway to Daly, back to Solomon. Campos, another former AFC Cleveland player. It's Robbins back onto the near side for Garcia. Campos back to Lezcano. That's deflected. Back to Prendes. Fernandez out hustling, working off that injury from the collision with the keeper. Lezcano on the near side, broken up by Jesse Toth. Quick touch forward. Stone, the fresh legs into the 18. 1v3. Still Stone. And cleared away by Campos.
Yeah, I was expecting him to hit that ball first time as he was running onto it. Goalkeeper may not have been expecting it. The defenders were kind of behind him.
Quick boot downfield from Prendes.
1v1.
1v1, Shaw.
1v5 now.
Quick shot, finds the back of the net. Brew had been dynamite, but Shaw continues the goal-scoring streak as he has got another one here, his 3rd of the season. In the 32nd minute, it's 1-0.
That's all on the defenders. There were 5 white shirts around 1 blue shirt, and we just let him tee it up and hit that ball. You know, Brew did as best as he possibly could, but someone should have stepped up and made sure that he would not get a clear shot on goal like that.
Shaw, the Canadian who plays at Roberts Wesleyan, gets his 3rd of the season. And as we talked about in the last 3 games, Erie has scored 4 goals. It's been Shaw and Phillips. Now in the last 4 games played, 5 goals scored, and Shaw has 3 of those 5. His hot streak continues. Here's Cunningham. His cross cleared away by Silva. A big goal for the visitors.
Yeah, it definitely was. Now we've got to come out. We've got to maybe change our formation, more attack-minded. Whether it's 1 or 2, if you lose 1 or 2-0, doesn't matter.
Good turn by Rosano. And we're going to have a free kick just outside the 18 for the Lancers. Referee tried to see if there was going to be an advantage. Fernandez will set this one up. 33rd minute. A 32nd minute goal by Shaw.
Okay, here we have 4 guys sitting back here, nobody in the box. Erie has everyone in the box defending, and yet we put, you know, who are we marking?
Yeah. It is just outside the 18. Fernandez steps in, whips it across, and headed away by Daly. Capinos. He'll go from distance. That's deflected out of play. Corner kick for the Lancers. 34th minute. Rochester trailing 1-0. A corner kick here for the home side. It's Fernandez sets this for delivery. Swerving to the far side. Goal kick coming up here for the Erie Commodores. Congratulations to Orange County FC forward Alessandro Canale as the 18th Mitre NPSL Player of the Week. 5 goals and 3 assists in a win over City Angels FC. He's got 18 goals and 11 assists on the season.
Impressive. Very impressive. Can we sign him up for next year?
Bring him over from California.
That's it. Tell him, sounds like he's a good old Italian
Yeah, I
boy.
was going to say. What?
Can get him a couple good dinners around town.
he'll be sold.
That's it. That's it.
Plenty of choices there. We're in the 35th minute. Brew had made 2 tremendous saves from point-blank range. The one from distance got him.
Yeah. As I said, it was, you know, I don't put the blame so much on him as the other 5 guys in the white shirts in front of him.
Because you had just said 1-on-1, and then 2 seconds later, 1v5.
Right.
The recovery was there for the defense.
Yeah.
Just the
no one putting pressure.
Given away by Stone. Allen has to hustle to pick it back up, and he does. Play back to Brew. Quickly to Harling. Don't forget at halftime, it's the Hall of Fame ceremony. Manfred Seisler, Jim Pollahan, and Frank Caricchio being honored along with Bruno Snyders. Entering the Lancers Hall of Fame class. Is Nelson Capello there yet?
I believe I am. It was during the indoor
season, right?
Yes.
First season?
I can't remember what year, but it was quite an honor, and you know, Sam and all the Lancer people did I was really I'm humbled by that.
Well deserved, Mr. Capello. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Now giving back, and chance for Stone. He's into the 18. Stone, still Stone. The shot pokes it around the keeper, and it's in to tie it at 1.
Fantastic. That's what Lancers needed, that spark to get the team back on.
5th of the year for Stone. He came out in the 30th minute, and 7 minutes later, he makes it 1-1.
Yeah, he used this pace to get by the defenders and just go forward. And, you know, that's one of the things, as I was going to say something earlier, the back four for Erie seemed to be somewhat slow.
A breakaway goal by Manfoot in the first match, and another one now coming up. Fernandez gets the assist. Well, that'll be assist number 4 on the season for Lucas. 1-1, 38th minute. There's Cunningham. Crosses, cleared away by Lescano. Gets away from Allen, it's Garcia now. Cachet. Robbins. Shaw, the goal scorer for the Commodores. Poked away, corner kick coming up here for Erie.
Well, that's exactly what the Lancers needed. A spark like that, and Stone coming off the bench and, you know, doing his job, doing what he's supposed to do. He's a goal scorer, and he did a great job of going in, brought the goalkeeper out, and just a little toe poke to the side. And
yeah, it wasn't like a blast. It was just a little trickle toe poke.
That's all you need. That's like an indoor goal. Use your toe, and, you know, the goalkeeper has no idea where it's going.
Didn't rip the back of the net, but it found the back of the net.
Yep. They all count the same.
That's for sure. There's Garcia. Driven into the box. The header from Silva. It's up and over the goal. Goal kick coming up for Tyler Brew and the Lancers. So at 37th minute, it's Stone from Fernandez. Stone's 5th of the year. And that is best on the team. Closest to him right now in goals. Several players with 1 goal. Stone at 5 now with 1 assist on the year.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get in to see Rafael Godoy gets in there, because I think he'll settle things down a little bit in the midfield, and he and Stone work so well together.
Stone could be close to this one. Prendez gets there first. 40th minute. Prendez will push the troops forward. Looks on the near side. Capinos gets over Garcia. Just off the head of Cunningham. Michael Cunningham, the 26-year-old. Goal and an assist in 10 games coming into this one. Solomon. Silva.
Yeah, and we're still playing without 2 quality players. And, you know, and like I said, Godoy is one of them, and Manfoot's the other. You insert those 2 boys into the game, it'll be a different ball game.
Schindler on the backside too.
Yes, definitely needed that leadership right now.
Into the box, the shot, and no luck there for Shaw, as he may have had a little more time than he thought.
Yeah, boys put their hands up for offsides, and that was clearly not offside. He was in.
Shaw looking for another one. Picked up the first in the 32nd minute, but the Lancers wasted no time. 5 minutes later, the substitute, Will Stone, made it a 1-1 match. Brew. Up to midfield. Garcia. Rosano. Capinos. And Silva's strong header. Knocks it out of play. Throw coming up here for Capinos, who played indoors with Detroit Wazaflow as well.
And potentially back here.
That's what we're hearing. Capinos, Martinez, it's like the band is getting back together. Farski, who knows?
There you go. And maybe some of these other boys who hadn't had an opportunity to play indoors. And now
good ball. Finding Shaw into the 18. What a block from Imwale. I think Cachet wanted that one on the far side.
Yeah. Yeah, if he would have been able to play that ball wide to the opposite side, it'd be 1v1.
Good hustle by John Mwale, the University of Alabama Huntsville graduate. It's Garcia. Swerving, headed up in the air, still in the Lancers box, and finally headed out. Brought down by Robbins. Daly. Garcia. Back to Daly. There's Garcia. He'll be a senior at CSU Bakersfield come fall. Has it now on the near side. Garcia keeps it in play. There's Harling. Toth. Back to Capinos. Harling, pressure coming. And we'll see. It's going to be goal kick. Last touch by Silva.
All right, this is a time of the game where you really can't take chances. You can't take any risks in the back. You got to make sure positively your passes are 100% to feet, and take those risks up on the offensive end of the field, the offensive third.
There's Brew. Cunningham spins away from one. Pokes it forward for Stone. Stone chased by Solomon. Tripped up. Call made. Free kick coming up now for the Lancers just outside the 18. Stick around for the halftime ceremonies as the Hall of Fame induction ceremony will take place. Our color analyst Nelson Capello also will be a part of it as he can reunite with some of his former teammates and Lancer legends. That'll be coming up in just about 2+ minutes. This one for Fernandez a little further out. He may have a look at goal from here. He's got a powerful swerving shot. He's got Cunningham to his right, facing a two-man wall. There is a bit of a gap here for Fernandez, who can maybe even put this in directly. He'll get the touch. The swerving shot right at Prendez. Didn't get enough swerve on it towards the near post. 44th minute, if you're just tuning in. Erie with a goal from Shaw in the 32nd minute. And then Lancers sub Will Stone from Fernandez made it level at 1 apiece. Brought down by Robbins. Kieran Robbins gets it out to Cachet. Daly. 45th minute. Robbins out to Daly for possession into the Lancers half. Robbins, little pocket of space, looks onto the near side for Garcia. Settles it just outside the 18. Lays it off there. Campos swerving into the box, a little too deep there for Ashley Phillips, and it'll be a goal kick coming up as we'll have 2 minutes of stoppage time. Or is it 5? It'll be 2 minutes of stoppage time. Fourth official indicating 2 minutes, as seems a little light as there's quite a few injuries and stoppages in that first half. Tyler Brew off the chest of Capinos. Silva stepping there in front of Stone. Throwing for Rochester. Late in first half play. Allen, Stone, Capinos. Picked up. And coming back the other way is Garcia. Gets around Allen. Garcia had a chance to counter for Erie. Outside to Cachet. Inside the 18, over Robbins, has to spin, regroups. Chips one into the box, the header from a tight angle, and it's out of play on the far side. Quick throw into Daly. Could be the last push here for the Commodores. Served into the box over Robbins. He goes down. And Cunningham and Rochester coming forward on the near side. Harling. Rosano. Toth to his brother, Jared Toth. Far side, Fernandez. Double team, Lucas Fernandez looking for options. The triple team finally wins the ball back for Erie. Referee checking the watch. Ball ends up forward for Stone, but a little too much there as Prendez scoops out for Erie. Tied at 1 late in the first half. In a matchup that has playoff implications written all over it. Lancers win and Erie loses. It'll be Rochester. Erie loses tomorrow. It'll be Rochester heading to the playoffs. But again, Syracuse at 2-7-1 would have to provide a huge, huge favor for the Rochester Lancers as half number 1 has come to a close. So recapping your scoring, it was Tyler Brew who made 2 dynamite saves from point-blank range early on, and then a couple minutes after that, minute number 32, it was Shaw with a shot from distance, his 3rd of the season. And 5 minutes later, Will Stone, who came on as a substitute in the 30th minute for Austin Gerber, got his 5th goal of the season with some help from Lucas Fernandez, and that put this game at 1 apiece. As we'll go down to field level momentarily for the Lancers Hall of Fame induction ceremony. As again, Bruno Snyders will be honored. And Frank Caricchio is here today along with Manfred Seisler and former Lancer Jim Pollahan. And I can see quite a few former Lancer players into the mix. Francisco Escos is here. Of course, Nelson Capello, our color analyst. Don Lalka, former Lancer player and former coach of the Rochester Flash, also here this afternoon. Not sure if there's any other former Lancer legends in the house, but we'll stay tuned and let you know about that. So at the half, Rochester and Erie are tied at 1. Again, playoffs on the line here tonight. As Rochester, Nelson's mentioned it, they've got to do their bit today to get the win and see where this one goes. Soccer Sam just gathering everyone for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Andrew Battisti will be the master of ceremonies. As everyone getting ready underneath the tunnel for yet another Lancers Hall of Fame ceremony. If you missed it before the game, Elliott Farski, the Mohican Warrior, spent 4 seasons with the indoor Lancers, was honored as the honorary captain, and he also had his number 8 jersey retired. Let's go on to the field as the Lancers induction ceremony begins now.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's special event where we pay tribute to the pioneers of soccer in Rochester. Today we honor 4 of these gentlemen as they're inducted into the Lancers Wall of Fame class of 2017. 50 years ago, the American Soccer League granted a pro franchise to the Rochester Soccer Club, which had its roots with the Italian-American Sport Club of Rochester and their 1963 National Amateur Challenge Cup winning side. Thus was born a team that would bring the world's game to Rochester for the next 14 years, the Rochester Lancers. The team and their players had many great achievements, including in 1972, the Lancers became the only NASL team to compete in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. On August 21st, 1977, 40 years ago, the Lancers drew over 20,000 fans to Holliday Stadium right down the road from here for the NASL semifinal match against the Cosmos, still the largest attended team sports event in Rochester history. The Lancers brought to Rochester some of the greatest soccer players in history, including Franz Beckenbauer, Johan Cruyff, Gerd Muller, Giorgio Chinaglia, and Pelé. And perhaps the Lancers' greatest accomplishment, winning the NASL title in 1970. Before we introduce this year's class, here are the members of the Lancers Wall of Fame who are with us here today. two rangers of the original Lancers, Tito Laurini and Don Lalka. Three-time NASL All-Star, Francisco Pacho Escos. A member of the Lancers for 6 seasons, and now the color voice of the 2017 Lancers, Nelson Capello. And he was the trainer for the Lancers for 14 seasons, more than any NASL trainer, and the only trainer ever to be red carded in an NASL match, my good friend and colleague, Joe Red Card Sirianni. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the Lancers Wall of Fame class of 2017. Our first inductee is an original member of the Lancers. He came to the U.S. at age 14 from Italy and attended Charlotte High School, where he competed in wrestling, track, and of course soccer, and he was named All-Monroe County for 3 straight seasons. He joined the Italian-American Sport Club team after high school and was the team captain of the 1963 Challenge Cup champions and the runners-up in 1966. He played in the Lancers from 67 to 69 in the American Soccer League with many of the great players from that great IASC amateur side. After his playing career, he was very active in youth soccer, starting the boys soccer program at Mother of Sorrows in Greece and leading the Greece Thunder girls under 16 to 5 state championships, all while working full-time at Kodak. He then coached Greece Athena's girls team to 4 league championships, including a 34-match unbeaten streak, and was named All Greater Rochester Girls High School Coach of the Year in 1996. He has been a member of the IASC for over 50 years, where he holds an honorary board position. Our first inductee, Frank Curicchio. Frank Curicchio, everybody. Our next inductee is one of the early stars of the NASL. From Steen, Germany, he played professionally in his home country for 6 years before coming to the U.S. in '67 to play for the Pittsburgh Phantoms of the NPSL, the forerunner of the North American Soccer League. He then moved to the Kansas City Spurs and became the all-time leading scorer and was named NASL First Team All-Star in '69 and '70 and led the Spurs to the '69 NASL title. After the Spurs folded, he joined the Lancers in '71 with fellow Wall of Famer Ellie Durante and helped the team to the NASL regular season title, and again was named First Team NASL All-Star. He played for the Lancers until '74 and was also assistant coach under Adolfo Gori. He ended up as the 8th leading scorer in Lancer history and earned 1 cap for the U.S. national team in 1973. He worked for 19 years for Sibley's and was also worked for Nuri Construction with Lancers owner and Wall of Famer Nuri Sabunku. Our second inductee, Manfred Seisler. Manfred couldn't be with us today. Accepting for him is Francisco Escos. This year's media inductee was a fixture in Rochester for over 4 decades. Escaping war in his native Latvia, he came to the U.S. in 1947 with his parents at the age of 11. He served our country in the United States Air Force, where he first started as a journalist in the base newspapers. He came to Rochester in 1967 and covered sports for the Times-Union and the Democrat and Chronicle, and he has the distinction of covering the Lancers for longer than any newspaper writer, 13 seasons. He also served the sport of soccer as a referee in high school and amateur matches for many years. After his newspaper career, He worked at WVOR Radio and produced the show that Joe and myself host, Soccer is a Kick in the Grass, all while running his own media company, Alexander Communications. He won the 1978 Rochester Press Radio Club Charlie Wagner Award for Sports Writing Excellence and was inducted into the Frontier Field Wall of Fame in 2002. He passed away on October 1st, 2014 at the age of 78, and the people who know him well miss him greatly, the late Bruno Snyders. Accepting the award for Bruno is his son Kurt, his wife Kelly, and his longtime companion Cookie Gifford. Late Bruno Snyders, everyone. Our final inductee is one of just a select few who wore the captain's armband for the Lancers. From St. Louis, he was a star forward at Quincy University, winning 3 national titles, and was the 2nd overall pick in the 1976 NASL draft by the Lancers. Lancers Wall of Fame coach Dragan Popovich switched him to left back, and he manned that position for over 130 matches for the Lancers from 1976 to 1980. He was named Lancers captain in '77 and played every minute of every match in that historic year where the Lancers went to the NASL semifinals. And he also earned 15 official caps for our U.S. men's national team. He also had a stellar in-corps career with the New York Arrows with Coach Popovich and many Lancer players. He has the singular honor of scoring the first goal in the history of the Major Indoor Soccer League and won 2 MISL titles with the Arrows in '78 and the Baltimore Blast in '84. After retiring, he coached as the assistant for the Blast for 5 years and then took over the brand new Harrisburg Heat for 7 years, leading the Heat to the playoffs every year and earning Coach of the Year in '91 and '92, and he coached a gentleman by the name of Doug Miller on that team. He now works for the state of Pennsylvania in the Department of Revenue and continues to serve soccer as a high school referee and a player in the quote-unquote Old Timers League. Our final inductee, Lancers captain Jim Pollahan. Let's have a big hand for all the members of the Lancers Wall of Fame.
What a great ceremony as more members of the Lancers family inducted into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Jim Pollahan, Manfred Seisler, and Frank Caricchio, along with Bruno Snyders, as they're the latest inductees to the Rochester Lancers Hall of Fame. Second half now about to begin here in the NPSL action between Rochester and Erie. We are tied at 1. 2 substitutions made at the beginning of half number 2. Godoy coming on for Toth in the 45th minute, and Capinos replacing Tyler Brew in the nets for the Lancers. 37th minute was the goal from Stone. 32nd minute was the goal from Shaw. As we are underway in half number 2. As the Lancers pick up possession with Mwale. Again, resetting the scenarios here. Rochester has to win today and then get some help from Syracuse tomorrow. Syracuse playing at Erie. They'll have to knock off the Commodores. But again, as Nelson has mentioned, Rochester needs to worry about the task at hand and not tomorrow between Erie and Syracuse. A lot of work ahead of the Lancers. Godoy gets it to Rosano. Flag is up for offside. So Godoy coming on in the 45th minute for Toth for Godoy. This will be his 12th appearance of the season. He's got 2 goals on the year. For Joey Capinos, the 27-year-old, he makes his second appearance in relief of Tyler Brew, who made 2 tremendous saves. This could have easily been 3-1 if not for his heroics today. Here's Robbins and Erie. Picked up, played back to Capinos. On the near side, Jesse Toth. One hopping out of play, throwing coming up here for the Erie Commodores. It'll be Phillips to take it, the 23-year-old Englishman who played at West Alabama University. Toth, the Houghton College product, heads it out of play. Throw in here for Phillips. Phillips gets it back. Quick toe poke forward for Robbins. Shaw battles with Cunningham. Cunningham knocks it forward, looking for Godoy. He's trying to work off of Fernandez, but it's Solomon. A soft touch intercepted by Capinos. And it'll be a throw in far side for the Erie Commodores. It's going to be Lescano to take it. Throw in a little too far up the field for the referee's liking, so Solomon will be pushed back a few yards. Nelson Cupello rejoins us. Thought you were going to stay down there for the party.
Oh, it was great to see some of those guys, and we started talking about old times, and I probably wouldn't have made it back for the second half.
Good ceremony. Great job on the
Yes.
field to see those guys inducted. Caricchio, Frank Caricchio, Jim Pollahan, along with Manfred Seisler, who unfortunately couldn't be here today.
Yeah, he's having some health issues, and hopefully things will be okay for him.
If he's
going
watching
forward.
today, we wish him nothing but the best.
Absolutely.
2 changes made, Nelson. Joey Capinos has come in goal.
Okay.
And Godoy has come on for Toth.
Good, good. Toth was playing wide right in the midfield. Which Toth is it?
The midfielder.
Okay.
Yep. So Jesse Toth still on the field, just the right back gets it out of play. 1-1, 49th minute. Erie needs a point from the next 2 games to qualify for the playoffs. The Lancers need a win and help.
Yeah, well, it looks like the Erie maybe bunkering down and just making sure that nothing gets through. And, you know, hopefully they don't catch us on a counter where we're pushing up to get the win, and they sneak one by us.
Erie, 15 goals scored this season, 7 against. The Lancers, 15 scored, 9 against. Godoy looking for Fernandez. Knocked away. Allen. Phillips to Lescano. Silva. On the middle, Toth will head it back to Allen. A good touch outside for Cunningham. Crossing midfield. Running forward was Stone. And Schiano gets it off his head and corner kick. Good work by Stone to shield off the defender and give Rochester a good opportunity here in the 50th minute.
Well, it looks like we got the right combination up there. Godoy, Stone, Cunningham, and looks like a type of a nice attacking formation.
Fernandez had the assist on Stone's goal in the 37th minute. He'll have the restart now. Lucas Fernandez steps in with the outswinging service. Well, here's the delivery, and it's a good one. Bounces, shot blocked.
A nice shot by Anthony. Too many bodies in there. You have 11 people inside, virtually 12 yards.
Godoy. Allen. And they'll call Godoy for the foul against Campos. That one just dropped at the 6 on the corner kick from Fernandez. And at prime real estate.
Yeah, it's a professional foul. Just slow things down a little bit.
There's Cachet. A little too quick there, forgot the ball. Stone.
Yeah, you got to play this game with a ball.
Godoy, seeing a lot of the ball since coming out at the start of the second half.
Well, he's getting a chance to play his second half. He was disciplined in the first half, and now he's getting out there. He has to prove himself.
Allen to Mwale. Rosano. Daly marking Rosano, has to go back to Capinos. Harling. He'll take some touches forward. Fernandez. Shot from distance. Dipping, but not enough to get on frame.
Well, you have to take those shots like that because now you keep the defense honest. They seem to be backing up, and gave Lucas an opportunity to look up and pick his corner. If a little bit down, they didn't miss by much.
He is not afraid to go from distance. As he went from 30, 35 yards away. Solomon. Campos. To Robbins. Shaw.
Ooh, almost like a
That's
handball
the
there.
18. Cachet. Blocked and knocked away by Toth. Booming shot from Phillips.
Oh, that's into the woods.
That's someone's backyard. Souvenir for the neighbor behind the stadium here.
Yeah, I won't get that ball back. That's for sure. That happened once at a Holiday Stadium. And this is before I played with the Lancers. It was a horseshoe field, and someone took a shot on the closed end on the horseshoe, and the ball bounced underneath and just kept bouncing and bouncing. And some young kid picked up the ball and just kept running right out of the stadium.
Outside to Shaw. Low shot. Cross is out of play. You're going back to those NASL days. That was my favorite ever design for a soccer ball with the star.
Yes.
Oh, it was gorgeous. I would have ran too.
Adidas did a great job. Yeah. Adidas is just phenomenal with that stuff.
That was one of the most attractive balls. Good design there, absolutely.
Yeah, it brings back a lot of memories of the halftime things that we just did here. Standing next to my old high school coach, Don Lauka, who I watched as a kid.
I don't know he was your coach at Eastridge?
At Eastridge High School, yeah. And Don was a great player. Watched him growing up. Played on the Olympic team. Phenomenal athlete.
It's not fair. Don gets younger and I get older. Looking good, Mr. Lauka. We're in the 55th minute. Erie with some opportunities brewing here in this second half. Cachet's pass is intercepted, taken away by Godoy. Stone, Silva has to hustle over to knock it out of play. Lancers have made 3 substitutions, none yet for Erie. Looks like Doug Miller will go to the bench once again. It's Cunningham.
Yeah, Erie's probably going to be a little careful about their substitutions. Just because they have a game tomorrow, you know.
Toth's shot hobs into the arms of Prendes.
Yeah, they could lose this game and wrap things up tomorrow. So for them, it's...
Now, at what point do the Lancers maybe bring on another forward and kind of loosen up in the back, 56 minutes in?
Yeah, this Erie team doesn't seem very fast in the back. And I think you put in a little bit of pace, put them under pressure, try to get that one.
Fourth change getting ready to come on for Doug Miller's side. We'll get that for you momentarily. As Cachet and Erie have possession. Campos to Daly. Lezcano. Robbins, far side, looking for Garcia. He'll get it there. Cachet, still with it. In front, no one there for Erie on the end of it. Another chance for Daly, and it is ricocheted off the face of Toth. He took a serious knock there.
Yeah, that one is when trainers got to get out there and check him out. Ball hit that hard, that close.
It was pinball action inside the Lancers box. It was Toth who got the brunt of that one. And Glenn Holmes will be the player coming on, the 19-year-old. And we'll see who he comes on in favor of. That'll be the 4th change for Doug Miller. Toth getting looked at off the field. He's going to have to run all the way back, though, to come on.
Yeah, he's going to have to go all the way out to midfield. I don't think he knows where he is right now.
No. All right, so Holmes has come on. Or no, that was Stone at the sideline. It wasn't Holmes yet. Holmes is getting ready to come on.
I don't know whether they're going to allow Toth in from the end line there. My understanding, well, I guess you can.
Yeah. Interesting. Haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
Headed away by Imwale. Daly. Intercepted by Godoy. Godoy to Allen. Taken away by Campos. Solomon. Cachet. Deep cross.
Looks like Gary doesn't want to go for that tie.
No, they're all over it.
They're going for it. Want to finish it today and maybe give a couple boys a little more play with tomorrow.
And coming off will be Cunningham for Holmes. This is the 59th minute substitution. Holmes, his 8th appearance of the season to go along with 1 goal. Cunningham coming off after 59 minutes.
Yeah, Cunningham, unless he's hurt, I think he's one of the players that you can keep out there, and because he can create some opportunities.
Very dynamic in that one-on-one situation.
Yes.
It's Holmes. Gets the header on it to Godoy. Outside now for Stone. Stone chips it up over Silva, but Lezcano comes in to help out and clears it away. Fernandez picks up the loose ball. Capinos. Fernandez Off the mark and picked up by Prendez. Another game today in the East Conference Division. Fort Pitt hosting Syracuse. Syracuse will make the short trip from Pittsburgh to Erie after tonight's game.
Yeah, those two teams, I'm sure disappointing to their coaches and their fans that didn't do better. Fort Pitt coach Kowalski probably could have picked up some better players and done a little bit more. But
and you look at Syracuse too; they were loaded with some indoor talent at least.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I don't know what would happen up in that scenario.
On paper, it looked like a very talented team, but 2-7-1 would tell you otherwise.
Yep.
There's Holmes, his second touch to Rosano on the near side. Godoy gets the poke into the 18, a little too much on it. It's Prendez to scoop it up for the Commodores. Godoy will try to hustle this one back into play. Lancers and Commodores tied at 1. Goals coming in the first half. 32nd minute for Erie, 37th for the Lancers. Good header by Harling, but no one on the end of it. It's Daly. Garcia. Good job by Capinos to clear it away. But it's Erie coming back again. Garcia for Daly, and Joey Capinos quick off his line.
Yeah, you can see the confidence in the keeper there. A little bit different than when Brew was in the goal. And I think the defenders, the players in front of them, have that confidence as well.
Looking for Godoy. He's going to battle with Lescano. And Lescano will knock this one into the parking lot on the far side. Quickly thrown in. Fernandez. Fernandez dangerous from here. There's that swerving shot. This time it's blocked. Handball. No call made, though. Referee saying Phillips, waved it off. Shaking her head.
Referee's done well so far. I don't believe we've had a yellow card out there.
Nope.
She's letting him play a little bit, and that's what you want by an official.
Allen working nicely with Capinos. Fernandez, toe poke to Allen, gets it back to Harling. Lancers looking for another one here. Can they find it with Holmes? He'll work it out to Rosano. Rosano opening. Service. The header just up and over the goal by Stone.
Did well by Anthony. Just beat his defender outside and put it across the box like that. And
what a great bit of work from Rosano, and maybe Stone was just a little too deep. Didn't have enough space to get that one down. Oh.
Making it exciting.
Prendez will have the goal kick. It's a high one, but not very far. Flicked on by Campos. 64th minute, clock ticking away here. Solomon. Taken away nicely by Allen. Stone. Trying to thread the needle there for Godoy.
Yeah, that's a great understanding. These two boys have played together at Genesee Community College the last 2 years, so that's ideal, that combination, that creativity. This is what we've been looking, all season long. These boys have played well together.
There's Capinos. Alex Harling to Toth. Nice touch there from Rosano. Toth coming forward. Picked up by Daly and Erie. They'll have a chance to counter. And Harling had to get something there.
Good
and
stuff.
He did.
And he did get something, the ball and the man.
It was Shaw who was in there on the challenge. The throw coming up here for Erie again. If they pick up 1 point over the next 2 games, they're in the playoffs. Lancers need to win today and hope for help tomorrow. Here's Holmes. Turned and sent it forward, but no one on the end of it. It's Schiano. Middle of the field, Allen heads it back down to Imwale. A high, deep one right down the middle. Silva's going to have some trouble with it.
Risky. He read that well, Stone. He knew what was going on. Just a step behind.
Daly spinning away. Daly plays at Notre Dame College of Ohio. The 20-year-old Englishman gets it outside to Solomon, but a good step there from Capinos, and just couldn't continue forward with that one. Long throw, far side, looking for Shaw. Harling, soft little touch to Capinos. No one gets on the end of that one, and Lancers have to regroup. A little frustration there for Doug Miller, kind of hands up in the air saying, why is no one going for that ball? There was 2 Lancer players in the vicinity.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part about the game. As much as you practice, you would want someone take it over on the field and make the calls.
66 minutes, a great turnout. I'd like to thank all the Lancer fans for their support this season, and hopefully continues into next year as Lancers and the NPSL here to stay in the Rochester market. Campos heads it center circle. Garcia, Shaw's in again. The little chip, a little too much on it.
Well done by the goalkeeper, Carpinos, to come out and cut his angle, force him to do something like that. And, all it was just a little easy chip that he could have done, but it seemed like he wanted to put a little bit more power into it, and the ball went over to not only the soccer goal, but the field goal as well.
Shaw looking for his second. Didn't have the touch needed there. Throwing here for Toth. 22-year-old. Toth to Rosano, the captain today. Holmes. Godoy to Allen. Now Holmes. Stone tripped up. Easy call for the official.
Yeah.
Lancers will set something up here. They'll leave it for Fernandez, who's really been the one setting up the restarts, the dead balls. We'll have a different NPSL champion this year as FC Buffalo has eliminated AFC Cleveland. And the playoff picture will be very clear after tomorrow, really for Rochester after today. 2 in the wall, Fernandez and Rosano over the ball for the Lancers.
I'm looking for this ball. I go far post, probably out of Lucas.
Swerving into the box, the header, what a goal!
That's what you wanted.
It's the substitute, Holmes, who buries it on a beautiful header. Fernandez, second assist.
That is the goal. That is the ball that you needed in a play like that. Exactly what you needed at the far post, as I was saying right before the kick. Away from the keeper, swerving away. And it's very difficult to defend as a defender and also as a goalkeeper. But as a forward, you're going right to the goal, and it's perfect.
The Lancers have a 2-1 lead. And I believe it was Holmes, or it may have been Stone. Tough to tell. We are a ways away. But it was Fernandez
29.
with the assist. Are they saying Capinos with the goal? We'll get confirmation on that one. I thought it was Holmes, 23. But we'll get some word on that. Great service, great goal, regardless of who scored it for the Lancers, as they've got a 2-1 lead. It is Holmes who got the goal, his second of the season. Fernandez with the assist. It is 2-1 Lancers in the 70th.
Well, we'll see what Erie does now. Will they look for the tie, or they're going to just say, okay, this game's over with. We'll save ourselves for tomorrow, get a win tomorrow maybe. But ball's round. Anything can happen. Syracuse can go in tomorrow, win the game, and Erie's out of the playoffs.
Yeah, don't put your eggs in one basket tomorrow, right?
Absolutely not.
Paul Bracken will be coming on for Erie. That'll be their first substitution for John Melody. A little bounce in the step now for the Lancers as they've got the lead. Now it's hang on to it.
Yeah, we need to see how we're going to play right now. We have to be smart, control the ball, take our time, like here on any kind of restarts, throw-ins, goal kicks, corner kicks, anything that has to be restart, we should take our time.
71st minute, Toth. As Nelson said, he'll take his time, get this one into play. Rosano. Oh, unlucky there. Substitution coming up here. It's Bracken coming on for Robbins. And this is in the 71st minute. Robbins off. Bracken is on. Bracken, 20 years old, has a goal on the season. The Irishman will be a sophomore at William Carey University in Mississippi. Change is made. It'll be a throw-in for Ashley Phillips.
That ball that Lucas played into the box like that, it froze the goalkeeper. It was a nice driven ball away from the keeper. It made it very hard for him to decide whether to stay on his line or come off, and he stayed on his line, and Holmes just came in and did a great job of heading the ball into the goal.
Allen outside to Capinos. Almost through, but Solomon able to slow this one down. Throwing for the Lancers on the far side. We're in the 72nd minute. Stone, Holmes with the goals. It's Fernandez with both pieces of beauty on the assists. Here's Fernandez again. Nice little chip forward. Look at this. Flag is up, though.
Yeah, maybe a handball.
That was some cheeky play there from Fernandez. I think our producers in the trailer liked it as well. Here's the first touch for Bracken. Campos. Phillips. Toth takes it away, sends it forward for Godoy. Schiano goes down, gets back up. Picked up by Allen. Fernandez in a rhythm right now, isn't he?
He is. He's playing well. Very, very well.
Holmes.
It's a nice combination. Fernandez, Godoy, Rosano.
Holmes a little flashy there as well.
Yeah. The goal makes a big difference.
It sure does.
Playing a little bit of confidence, and you can do a little bit of trickery here and there.
Capinos hustles back against Garcia. Battling through midfield. It's outside now to Cachet.
And that's what you're going to need. Capinos is a left back, and he ended up almost on the right side of the field, chasing the man down with the ball. And you're going to need that up for the next, we have, 20 minutes left in the game here.
Erie has got some firepower up front with Cachet and Shaw. They can strike at any time. Lancers have worked so hard to get this 2-1 lead after giving up the first goal. Here's Shaw. Harling steps in front. A little shove there.
Good call. Yeah.
And shove, no trouble for the official. It's the identical scoreline we saw on July the 2nd. Just the flip side of it, Erie had a 2-1 win over the Lancers. Capinos will have the restart. Solomon. Well, these teams looking for a spot, a chance to earn a spot in the August 12th NPSL championship match.
Well, I hope we do. That'll be a great end of the season for these boys who've worked hard, the front office people and the players on the pitch.
You know, it really is a great point. The front office person, Ashley.
Ashley, that's right.
She has really gone above, beyond.
Yes.
You just look at the crowd, the T-shirt toss, the smiles and the happiness on the youngsters' faces. It's just a great atmosphere. It's not just a soccer game. You've got the bounce houses and the music. It's a party. Soccer Sam has really made this a party.
He has. And one of the things I've often said, you have to spend money to make money.
Yep.
And Sam has actually absolutely done that.
And this has got to be a card for the dive.
Okay.
Right?
Now, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good call.
Good call.
Good job by the official.
Yes.
I mean, what a flop that was.
Yeah. Yeah, he got the yellow card, and I think he well deserved for a yellow card like that. That flopping, and that's the one thing I hate about soccer so much. And
I'm with you. I am with you. And you know where I've really developed more of a dislike for it? Since my kids started playing hockey. Hockey players fake like they're not hurt so they can play. They don't. This flopping stuff is just it's ridiculous.
Yes.
It's got to stop.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great ball. Stone's in.
Stone is in. Still a loose ball. The net is empty. Still Stone. The
there
poke. And it's in. 3-1 Rochester. Stone's got his second in the 77th minute. Well, you talk about persistence. It was there.
And he's the guy to do it. He's the guy up top that can score some great goals. He has pace. There, guys in the back for Erie have no way of keeping up with him.
Yeah, you picked up on that pretty quick about their back line with the speed issue. Good analysis.
I don't know if that one's going to be an assist for Rosano. I guess it is. Anthony got the assist on that one.
Was it Rosano with the pass?
Yes. Yep.
Rosano, second assist on the season. 77th minute, Lancers 3, Erie 1.
Well,
Lancers looking for more.
Sure. And they should get more.
Fernandez, low shot, didn't get that swerve that he wanted.
Yeah, that one's warming up the goalkeeper. We need to be able to put a little more oomph into it.
Here's Cachet. Phillips whips one across. Great block by Mwali, who has been awesome today.
Yes. It's been a team game so far. These guys have played well offensively and defensively.
Rosano gets dumped. Lancers have made 4 substitutions. Look for, I'm sure, many more to come and eat away at the clock here. 3-1 lead.
Looks like we have somebody ready to come on.
Tim Crawford will be that player who is going to check in momentarily.
Yeah, I'm curious where he'll put Timmy. Tim was a forward all through high school and in Hartwick, played a little bit of midfield. And I thought he was doing a great job at right back for us here. Being able to go forward and being able to score some goals or create some opportunities, rather. You can probably put him anywhere in the field and he'll produce for us.
Shaw. Far side. Bracken. Can't keep that one in play. 79th minute. Lancers with 2 in this second half. Holmes. Stone got his second of the game. And a little breathing room here at 3-1.
Yes. And you can't quite light up the cigar yet, but as you said, a little bit breathing room is good. Maybe Erie will come out of their defensive shell and get a goal and a counter.
Looking for it now is Solomon. Bracken. It's off the foot of Fernandez. Corner kick coming up here for Erie. 80th minute, 3-1 Lancers lead. They've stormed back with 3 after giving up 1 in the 32nd minute.
That shows a lot of character. Down 1 goal, needing a win, and coming back and scoring 3 goals like that.
Here's Garcia's driven ball into the box, punched away by Capinos. Silva gets a rocket away, and they'll say it was deflected by Erie, and they'll protest as it's going to be a goal kick coming up.
I thought it should be a corner kick as well. Looked like it hit one of the Lancer players, and but you know, she's closer than we are up here, and maybe she saw something I missed.
It's going to be a goal kick. Erie in a bit of disbelief, but
yeah.
Quick restart
Yes.
downfield. Look who's on the end of it. Stone.
Bring it down in 1v1.
Stone working against Daly. And Bracken comes in to help out. This will give the Lancers a chance to make the next change in the 81st minute. It's Crawford on for Toth.
Yeah.
So Crawford will assume that right back position, more than likely, at the next stoppage.
That's what I'm thinking.
Shaw.
Toth hasn't had much playing time, and you need some fresh legs in her to defend the last 10, 15 minutes of the game. And Timmy has done that. He's played back there, so he's comfortable, and it's not something he's going to get rattled with.
Lancers are just holding off here momentarily as Imwale, the other defender, looks like he may have to come off. They're signaling to the sidelines to make a substitution, but we'll see if they hold off on Toth and bring Crawford in for Imwale.
Yeah, it looks like Toth is going off, and Mwale's just, he's probably a little fatigued. Hasn't seen a lot of playing time, and be able to play 90 minutes in this heat.
Yeah, they're pushing Toth back.
Oh, they are? Okay. Yeah, well, I agree on that. It's a corner kick. You don't want to put someone in fresh who may not pick up a mark. And at least right now, you have an idea. Everyone's on a mark.
Here's Garcia's corner kick. It's picked up by Godoy. He's tripped up. He'll be coming back on a restart for the Lancers. There'll be 2 changes coming up. Aiken Tires will be coming on as well. Max Aiken Tires will be the second substitution for Erie. He's going to replace Silva. This is the 83rd minute. Silva off and Tires is on. And now it is Crawford for Toth indeed. 2 minutes later than we expected. So 2 changes made for Erie, 5 for the Lancers. Thanks to Jill Rizzo for helping us out with the official stats today. Harling will have the restart just outside the Lancers 18. We're in the 83rd minute. For any hope, any shot at the playoffs, the Lancers have to get the W today. On their way, but still plenty of time remain.
Absolutely. You don't want to relax and just say, okay, we've got this in the bag.
Solomon wins it away from Fernandez. Daly. Aiken Tires. Max Aiken Tires, the 21-year-old. Looking for Shaw. Harling meets him up and knocks it out of play. 84th minute. Shaw's going to leave it for Phillips, who I assume will have a long throw-in.
Oh, right to feet.
Phillips. Erie throw-in. Back to Phillips. Cross knocked out of play by Crawford. Again, Erie with a loss today does not mean they're out of the playoffs. Just have to do a little bit more work tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm sure their coach is going to made him realize that before the game, that not everything's based on this game, that we could come out of here healthy and get ready to win tomorrow at home.
That's a pretty interesting approach. Do you give them the business because they might fall here today, and then maybe, I don't know, discourage them tomorrow, or just kind of keep it positive and say, hey, we're not done yet?
I think we keep it positive and say, we're not done yet. We have a big game tomorrow. Tomorrow, for Erie, it's their playoff game. So they need to be able to put it together and come out with a win. They have to leave it on the field.
This one a little too much for Godoy to get onto. Lancers are going to bring on another substitution. This will be their 6th of the game. Phillips. Shaw. Double team, nowhere to go. Good job.
Yeah, good job by Tony Crawford there. Yeah, this is a little desperation for Erie, hitting the long ball. And you do that, Shaw gets the ball, and he's got 2 defenders around him.
Daly. Outside for Bracken. He'll cut it inside. Plays it back to Solomon. Down the middle, headed away by Holmes. Chest pass from Stone. Looking for Allen. Picked up now by Phillips. Tires. Outside for Phillips. Cuts it in. No one there but Holmes for the Lancers. Will knock it downfield.
That's all right. Waste a little time there. Reorganize, get ourselves back together. And but what I'd like to see is a little bit more of possession instead of just kicking the ball away like that.
Good step from Rosado. And he'll come away with possession as well.
Yeah, he's that little engine that could. Doesn't stop running, keeps going all the time. And in any position you play, that's a great ball out wide.
Stone's got Fernandez as well. He'll play it in front of Fernandez. Up and over the keeper. Just cleared off the line by Solomon.
Great defending, great defending. You always are told your keeper comes out, he's covering for you. You better make sure you go back and cover for him as well.
And that will be it for Lucas Fernandez this afternoon. He'll come off in the 87th minute. A great job by Fernandez, 2 assists.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
Mitchell Brickman will be coming on for him.
Is first game for Mitchell?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Brickman out of Greece Arcadia High School, and don't get mad, SUNY Oswego.
Yeah, I know. He's at Oswego.
Fellow Laker, go get him, buddy. Brickman out in the 87th.
Yeah, I know Mitchell. I know his family. Scott, his dad, is a good guy and done some great things in the soccer community.
Yeah, good man, Scott Brickman. Very proud of his son,
Yeah.
Mitchell. He'll get some time here in the final stretches of this one. It's Rosano and Holmes. They combine.
Oh,
and the yellow card. For who? Me?
For
Rosano.
Well,
first one of the game for Rochester. 88th minute.
it wouldn't be a game if someone didn't get a yellow card. And what can I say? Swimming contest,
Yeah.
there's no physical contact out there, and at least, a little bit of body contact, someone has to get a yellow card.
Look at the mix in the box.
Oh, yeah.
It is packed. Jam-packed in the Lancers 18.
That's what you need to do, is put all the bodies in there. It looks like, you got 22 people or 19 or 20 guys inside the 18.
Driven by Garcia. The header. And Capinos watches it sail over the bar. 89th minute. 3-1. Lancers lead. Goals from Stone, Holmes, and Stone again. Joey Capinos will get this one back into play. Rochester's made 6 of 7 substitutions. 6 of the 7 that are allotted.
Yep.
Pinos up the field, headed away by Campos. Garcia, Rosano looking for Stone, couldn't get it there, broken up by Solomon.
We may get a fourth goal yet. Just Stone just hangs out at the midfield line there, and we counter real quick. He's got the pace. He can beat these guys in the back.
90th minute, Holmes downfield, taking no chances. Prendez. Over the near side, Phillips. Lancers are happy with this. Just keep it down here. I'll go long now. Allen. Downfield again. Phillips will have to restart, regroup the whole attack for Erie.
We shouldn't have much injury time here. I'm guessing maybe 2 minutes. Had a couple of knocks, but other than that, I think we should.
It'll be 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Oh.
Capinos routinely gets that one out of the air. Quick throw on the near side.
Yeah.
Crawford, pass is intercepted by Lezcano. Ooh, dangerous.
Yes. Almost didn't see that from the blind side.
Here's Lezcano. Phillips. Good punch there from Capinos. Foul's called. It's going to be Brickman. Gets the attention of the official for taking down Bracken. Prendez even coming up now towards midfield, the keeper for Erie. Played short to the outside for Solomon. A chip into the box. Phillips. Cleared away by Rosano. Stone. Oh, it just gets away from him.
Godoy. He had to hold up. He would have been offsides.
End to end here. Phillips for Shaw. Here's Brickman. Pickpocketed by Garcia.
Yeah, Mitchell should just get that ball, play wide.
Here's Solomon. Back to Lezcano. Tires. It's a good ball. And no one seemed to go for it. Yeah.
I think the Shaw faked out his own player, thinking he was going to get it, and backed off. And,
oof.
Well, I guess you could put that in a one column, and now you just have to sit and wait tomorrow, get the result from that.
The Saturday afternoon work appears to be done for Rochester, and done in a very fine fashion. Now, like you said, sit and hope for some help tomorrow.
Yeah, and we'll get some of the boys back from injury and suspensions and everything else. So hopefully they have a full complement if indeed we go forward and get in the playoffs.
Should they move forward, the Midwest Region quarterfinals would be next Saturday, July 22nd. The higher seed would host. It's the third seed against number 6 and 4 against 5, as 1 and 2 would have byes into the semifinals, which would start July 28th. So stay tuned. Check out NPSL.com or ourlancers.com for more information on the status of the Lancers playoff hopes and dreams. Cachet. Garcia. Left there. Phillips, the shot.
That's
Shank,
it.
and that'll do it.
Put that in the one column. Great game for the boys. They knew what their task was, and they came out and did it. Even after falling behind 1 goal, it shows a lot of character. Doug's done a good job of getting these boys ready to play, and hopefully it'd be nice if we do get a playoff game. But whether it's home or on the road, it would be a great thing for the Rochester Lancers.
3-1, your final score. The Lancers pick up the win It's Stone with 2, Holmes with 1 after giving up the goal to Shaw. So Rochester now just has to sit and wait and hope Syracuse FC comes in and does a favor tomorrow night in Erie, Pennsylvania. You know, I'll be honest, Nelson, at the start of the game, Schindler not in the lineup, Godoy, Stone not starting. I kind of wondered how this one was going to go, but to the guys who filled in for that 30 minutes or 45 minutes or so, they did a good job, and then the finishing work was done by those guys.
Absolutely. That's why this is a team game. People don't realize that. You have the stars, you have the big name guys who get all the money, all the glory, to get their names in the paper and all that. But it's a team game. Guys who play very little stepped up and did a great job for the Lancers and for Doug. I applaud Doug Miller and the players for doing that. And, the guys that came in off the bench who came in and did their job again. They got the goals. Stone got his 2 goals. Hopefully this is not the last game of the year for them, and they have another game coming up. But to put out and say what the players, who the players were, if there were awards for most improved or most valuable player, it'd be very hard to get a most valuable player because you got Schindler, you got Rosano, you got Godoy, you got Stone. Those are just 4 players that I can, off the top of my head, it could be MVPs of this team. And the team improved as the season went on. So, if I had to get a most improved, I guess we'll say Doug Miller, because he got the team to play good brand of soccer and close to making the playoffs. So, enjoyed the season, and hopefully, next year will be a better, bigger things for this team.
So here's where things stand as of now. The Lancers' regular season record, 6-4-2. They pick up 3 points. That gets them to 20, level with the Erie Commodores. Now Erie has 1 more game. It's tomorrow against Syracuse. Erie is 6-3-2. With a loss to Syracuse, Rochester ends up making the playoffs. So we'll keep our eyes tuned on that one. But a 3-1 win today for Doug Miller's Rochester Lancers. And Nelson, hopefully for us, maybe there's 1 more game. But if not, hope you enjoyed your time on the air, because you did a tremendous job.
Joe, thank you very much for your help. It's always good to work with a professional, and I've always thought that you've done a great job on all the years I listened to you on the radio and some TV games that you did. It was tremendous, and you really educated the people out there, and you educated me of sitting up here and doing this, and it was an enjoyable season for me, and I appreciate everything that you did, and Soccer Sam, and the whole Lancer organization was great. Hopefully this is not the end for this year, and we look forward to maybe if it is the end for 2018. That'll be a great thing for this. Give these guys a chance to look at some players, look around, and try to bring in some other players to really make this team a national champion as we're going forward.
Absolutely. Hats off to Doug Miller. Tremendous job leading the way this year. Soccer Sam as well. Mark Mandel and everyone else involved with the team. Just awesome work this year, as they did it in such a short period of time, and now on the verge of qualifying for the NPSL playoffs. So that'll do it from this afternoon's game. Rochester 3, Erie 1. I'd like to thank our production crew, SE Video. Great job, guys, for making us look and sound good all season long. Hopefully one more coming your way on YouTube, but we shall see how it shakes out tomorrow when Syracuse visits Erie. For Nelson Cupello and our producers at SE Video, I'm Joe Giuliano saying so long on the Lancers Broadcast Network.